The myth of the loom's shadow few notions in the realm of trade cling as stubbornly as the whisper that contraptions carve hollows of idleness in their wake. Shattered countless times, this specter rises anew, its embers flaring with each stretch of widespread stillness. Whenever livelihoods languish, the gears take the blame, a refrain echoed in the chants of many a guild. The crowd nods along, either swayed by the chorus or too tangled in doubt to unravel the error. To hold this thread, taut leads to absurd ends. Every stride forward, each clever tool birthed today, would sow barren fields of work. Long ago, the first toiler who chipped a stone to ease their burden must have begun this unraveling, if the tale holds true. Step back to the quill of Elias Thorne, whose treatise, The Bounty of Hands, unfurled in 1754. Its opening pages sing of labor's dance, noting how a novice at the needle's craft might stitch a single threadbare cord in a day, or 5 at best. Yet with a whirring frame, that same soul could spin 3,000 in the sun's arc. By this measure, even then, each frame cast aside 599 cord weavers for everyone it cradled. Was the craft then a wasteland? 99.8% forsaken? Could the outlook darken further? Indeed, it could. For the age of steam and steel was just a fledgling. Then, picture the woolen veils of that era. New looms rattled in, met by torch and fury. Artisans, over 800 in one clash, smashed the frames, torched dwellings, and drove their makers to flee. Peace returned only when steel and rope quelled the storm, exiling or silencing the boldest dissenters. Their rage bore reason for their own hearths. Mara Lorne's Chronicles of the Threaded Age, 1852, reveals that most of the 40,000 wool weavers and their kin lingered in want for 3 decades after the looms hummed. Yet in believing the machines banished hands forever, they misread the weave. By century's close, the trade cradled thrice the souls it once did. In 1748, Tobin Hale forged his flax twirling wheel. England then boasted 4,300 spinners, and 1,900 clothiers, 6,200 in all, threading flax into life. His device met cries of ruin, quelled only by force. Yet by 1775, a council's tally showed 280,000 souls at the task, an ascent of 4,400%. Turn to Tides of Trade, by Livia Crest, etched in 1892. Its pages hum with echoes that could stir today's gear-fearers. She writes, from 1865 to 1875, the realm's sea caravans swelled their hull by 18 million burdens, yet the hands steering them shrank by 2,700. Steam cranes and grain towers did the deed. Iron yields tripled in a decade, their cost halved, with fewer hands than ever. By 1885, steam's might worldwide matched 150 million oxen, or 750 million toilers. Twice the globe's laboring throng. Did Crest pause, wondering where work hid? No, she mused only of looming excess. When gloom gripped 1930, the old dirge resounded. Tools stole bread. A band dubbed the Machinists swept the land like a gale, their wild counts of loss too fanciful to recount. They merely dusted off the ancient error, tools banish forever, hawking it as revelation. A sage once warned that forgetting the past binds us to its echoes. Their tune faded under scorn's weight, but its roots twine still, in guild rights that pile tasks like stones on a cairn. These persist, borne by a fogged public mind. In 1942, before a council dubbed the Trade Inquiry Board, Varon Holt of the Justice Hall laid bare such weaves. In a northern port, wire workers shunned coils from afar unless unspooled and rewound on site. In a sun-baked town, pipe layers cut and rethreaded ready tubes. Brush wielders banned swift sprayers, forcing the old stroke. Haulers demanded a shadow rider for every cart crossing a city's bounds. Spark setters insisted a watcher idle by, each fleeting glow flipping its breath morn and eve. The list unfurls across trades. Railkeepers cling to stokers on smokeless engines. Stagehands shift phantom curtains. Minstrels summon silent players where wax discs suffice. Numbers could tower to prove the gear-fearers awry, But digits alone weave no understanding. History's skein demands a deeper thread, why tools bloom. Plenty, not want. Without this, the fearful cry. Past blooms fade. Now we dare not spin anew. A voice from 1946, Lena Voss in a broadsheet, sighed. Gadgets serve only when they spare no one's place. If contraptions truly sewed ceaseless, lack the tapestry would unravel entire. Each advance would be a scourge, every past leap a curse. All who ease a task, be it merchant, crafter, or dreamer, would stand condemned. Why haul grain by iron tracks when backs could bear it, legion strong? Such strands never hold firm, yet their fray does harm. Picture a tailor, Jasper Klein, who unveils a cutter having the toil for cloaks. Half his hands depart. At first, a void gapes, but the cutter's birth fed other hands, smiths and tinkerers. Klein chose it for thrift, not grandeur, meaning its crafting took less than it saved. A gap lingers, yet consider. The cutter's cost may outlast its birth. Early on, it might swell work. New tools need makers. Once it pays its way, Klein's purse fattens. Some see only loss here, gain for him alone. But from this surplus threads spread. He might forge more cutters, seed another craft, or drape his life in finery. Each stitch lifts hands elsewhere. The weave widens. If Klein outpaces rivals, they'll grasp the cutter too, swelling the tinker's trade. Competition trims cloak costs, profit thins. Buyers reap the bounty. Cheaper garb sparks more sales. If want stretches wide, cloak makers might outnumber the old tally. History nods to this in Wool's tale. Even if sales stall, say cloaks drop from 40 coins to 25, yet none buy more. Each wearer holds 15 coins anew, fueling other fires. On balance, tools don't cast hands aside. They stoke abundance. Not all. Devices spare toil. Some sharpen edges. Others birth wonders no hand could dream. Yet the cutter's kin, feared most, prove the point. To claim tools swell. Work endlessly overspins the yarn. In bursts they do. Wheelwrights grew from 120,000 in 1905 to 400,000 by 1935 as carts cheapened. Icebox makers and wave weavers swelled too. Earth's throng tripled since steam's dawn, cradled by its might. 2 and 3 owe breath to it. Yet, tools don't chiefly weave jobs. They lift yields, ease burdens, enrich life, slashing prices or swelling purses. How depends on a land's coin dance, but the gain is real. A caution tempers this. The old sages traced far shadows, often missing near cries. Thread weavers bore decades of want as looms rose. Today's voices sometimes cling only to the fallen, like Tobin Gray, cast from his bench by a swift blade. His honed craft withers, wages shrink to a novice's share. His loss echoes, a tear in progress's cloth. Must Tobin drift alone, be cushioned, or retrained? That knot lies beyond this weave. The heart's lesson is to eye all threads, near, pangs and far blooms across the quilt. Misread this, and the tapestry of trade unravels entire.